Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and Plarium has introduced the Forge Pass Season number 8. We just had the Bolster Season Pass 7 and a little bit ago, and this is going to be the newest iteration of Forge Pass. So what I like to do when they release these is lay it out in a spreadsheet, talk about the value, talk about who it makes sense for, who it doesn't make sense for, and do a dedicated discussion about this new iteration of the Forge Pass. Let's get into it. Alrighty, so first of all, what is the Defiant set? Defiant is going to be one of those specialty sets all the way at the bottom of the Forge that you can see right here, where it is defense plus 10% and then a 15% damage reduction to enemy AoE attacks. It is an exclusive set. You're only going to be able to get it in the Forge, so it is very tough to acquire a lot of this. Thus, that would kind of pseudo pump up the value of a Forge Pass set like it did with Bolster, where it's not really a set that you can get within the normal context of the game. And I've seen some people get confused and think it's one of the Doom Tower sets or something, but it is not. There are some tanky sets in the Doom Tower, like your Guardian and Fortitude and stuff like that, but the Defiant set, as of right now in the game, you can really only get it through either purchasing offers or by earning them by doing something like the Forge Pass that's going on right now. And then also it's good to talk about how good the Defiant set is within the context of Raid versus all of the other sets in game. And we do currently have it ranked pretty high. It is rounding out the S tier. You can see this is the Defiant logo right here. So it is definitely a great set. And this is for a few different reasons. It's a two-piece set. Two-piece sets are very strong because they are a great option to fill in. You got like 4 pieces of Guardian set, for example, like we just talked about. And then you can round it out by making the champion even more tanky with something like a Defiant set. And sometimes you don't need to build your tank type champions with insanely high speed, so you can round out the build with something like Defiant, and it is a great filler set. So a little bit similar to Cruel, which is right next to it. Cruel is on the opposite side of the spectrum. It's a great filler set as a two-piece set for a damage dealer. So kind of a very similar role within Raid, but the Defiant set is just on the tanky side of things. Definitely very useful though. So now let's talk about the Forge Pass itself and break down the value and what exactly you're getting in this and all of that. Now, by the way, I do have a link down below to the text version of everything that you're going to see in this video, breaking everything down. So if you want to find that, I will link it down in the video description and also the pinned comment, but I'm going to go over all of this stuff in the video for you. So, okay, first of all, there's 3 different versions of the Forge Pass. You've got your free version, which is up top, that you're going to be getting no matter what if you're active within the game and completing these different levels. Then you've got the Gold Pass, which will unlock everything on the bottom row that you see scrolling right here. And then there was actually a third version of the Forge Pass where you would get not only access to those premium Gold Pass rewards on the bottom, but you'll also get a jump start of 25 bonus levels. Now, some people do get confused and think that you're getting these extra resources on the right. You're not getting those as extra resources necessarily. You're just unlocking them sooner. So it's kind of showing you what you'll get by getting those first 25 levels immediately. So I think for most players, if you're active within the game, you really only need to get this $20 version. And I'm going to move myself up here a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. But I think you only are going to need the $20 version if you're active within the game. You're going to passively accomplish a lot of this stuff just kind of playing the game on a daily basis. There will be some niche things that you got to focus on, like in the weekly challenges. Typically, you've got to like bring, food champions in the campaign that are a certain affinity or something. But if you're diligent about playing the game and you're not like an uber beginner, like if you're at least kind of approaching the mid game, I don't think most of you are going to struggle to get to level 50 on the Forge Pass if you're really trying and putting an effort to do so. And what I did for breaking down the value of the Forge Pass is I went through and made a spreadsheet here. You know me, I got a spreadsheet and lay everything out here. But what I did was I put my personal value on each individual thing that I'm getting in the Forge Pass that actually has value. Now, maybe you disagree, and that's fine. I'm just going to let you know here what I think in terms of the value for all these different things broken down. So what I did was kind of went through, valued everything, and it comes out to $32.75. And the Forge Pass is going to cost 20, which would mean in the context of like my offer calculator that we do when we grade all the different packs in the shop, it would come out to about a 1.64 in value. So really pretty good. Anytime something is over a 1.5, that's generally when I start to consider purchasing it on my account. So anywhere in like the 1.5 to 1.7 would be borderline of where it's got my attention and I'm interested in purchasing it. When it gets up to like a 2.0, that's when I'm really kind of leaning towards the direction of purchasing it, because I usually float around in that like mid tier of spending. It just depends on the month. Some months are more than others. Sometimes I don't spend at all for 20 days. It just kind of depends, but usually this is right around the borderline of a pack that would start to pique my interest on maybe purchasing it. And it is important to note that there is going to be a lot of RNG involved in this. So I remember in my the last season of the Forge Pass, I'll try to remember to link the video for you, but I did a massive crafting session where I bought the premium gold pass and I crafted using like 400 charms. And I went after getting these amazing bolster pieces and I got absolutely dunked on. And you can see right here on this section where completing the premium version of the Defiant Forge Pass and using all the charms for best odds, you should expect to acquire about 10 to 15 really solid Defiant pieces depending on your RNG and luck. I ended up getting like 20 usable pieces of bolster the last Forge Pass, and I would say I got like 4 really solid pieces. So I had really bad luck, and that was with using a ton of charms. So just keep that in mind. You're not guaranteed to be able to build like 4 or 5 awesome tanks if you buy the gold pass. That's going to come down to a lot of luck. Some people get some amazing pieces, some people get dunked on like me and don't really get anything in terms of a great like 6-star legendary piece. So it's just going to depend, and it can vary widely depending on the player. And I've also got a note down there on the bottom right where it is slightly more value acquisition in this pass for early accounts who have not progressed to efficient farming capabilities yet. So the less good gear you have on your account, obviously acquiring some more good gear or having a boosted up chance of acquiring some more good gear is going to be more impactful in the overall picture for that account. So everyone is going to have different values and different packs that pique their interest and are in different stages of the game and are building different champions. But all in all, my final analysis would be that the Defiant Forge Pass is a decent purchase for anybody who's in the mid to high spending tier. If you're in the low tiers and you're looking for the absolute best of the best offers, like the $10 monthly gem pack where you're getting like a 3 point something value on the offer calculator, I do think this being like a 1.6, 1.7 would be a pass for anybody who's in kind of the lower tiers of spending, but worth considering for people that are approaching that mid tier. And if you're free to play, don't worry about it. Just scoop up the rewards and get to level 50 and do what you can for free just by kind of passively playing the game. It's not so amazing that I would want you to have FOMO or feel bad about missing out on getting a premium pass. I have skipped a lot of these personally, so I wouldn't like rush out and feel like you're missing something amazing. But for some of you, it may be a decent offer worth considering based on what we typically see in the shop and how they kind of set the prices on some of this stuff. And also, I mentioned it in this morning's daily wrap-up video, but I do want to say it again because this has tricked a few players I've seen in my comment section. You do not get this 6-star legendary set that you see over there on the right side when you hit level 50. I know it says level 50 reward and it shows these 6-star legendaries over here on the right side. That is only if you get the gold pass, and that's why they put that down here. But it's still a little bit weird because it says level 50 reward and it shows the pieces, but you do have to hit level 50 on the gold version of it, because you can see right here, this is going to be what it is picturing the 6 individual pieces over there, and it's down here behind the padlock on the gold version. So I just want to make sure that all of you are clear on that. So that is going to conclude my analysis on this version of the Season 8 Forge Pass for the Defiant set. And remember, I will link down below if you want the text version of the article breakdown, laying out that spreadsheet and everything, where I went over the individualized values. But as always, remember to subscribe on your way out if you enjoy daily Raid Shadow Legends content. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you soon in the next video. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.